Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Today I'm just going to be going over what I'm expecting for the big holders in the S&P, SPY included, and then I'm going to be doing a quick overview about the trade in McDonald's I have going. But yeah, let's get right on into it. So first thing I'm going to be watching is Tesla. We're forming up a symmetrical triangle here. I wouldn't go bullish or bearish on Tesla yet. I'd wait until it breaks either the upper half of this at 268.70 or the lower half at 246. Until it does that, I would stay out of Tesla because this is really a coin flip, could go either way. Now, Apple, as you can see here, we came into this demand the last several weeks, and we're starting to push upward. We have a little bit of selling pressure on this candle right here, but it's really hard to tell with Apple because it could just be the sellers retesting the zone and then we have to push it up higher. So the big thing that I'm going to watch for this week is I'm going to be watching this support level right here at 174. If we can hold 174, then I could support more upside. If we break down 174 this week, then 171 will be in play. Now, if we push upward, the big level I'm going to be watching is going to be 188, and then I would also watch 183. If we can get to those levels, that would be awesome. But for Apple, just keep in mind that we're kind of in this consolidating phase. We're in this range right here. So, I mean, you could do some nice trades by just range trading it, but just keep that in mind. Microsoft now. So, we're coming into this demand / switch zone. Not quite demand, but it's more of a switch zone than anything. Because as you can see here, it's a major resistance, turn support now. We've been bouncing out of this area. We hit it 1, 2, 3 times in the last several recent weeks. Created a double bottom type pattern, so we could start pushing upward. Now, if we push upward, I would watch 337.68. And if we start pushing downward, big level I'm going to watch is going to be 321. If we break down 321, not only is that below the 21 EMA, but if we get it close below that, then I could support more downside to possibly 310, and then the bottom half of the switch zone / demand at 303.62. So just keep that in mind for Microsoft. Now, NVIDIA, I've been saying for the last several videos to watch the head and shoulders pattern. As you can see here, it's starting to play out a little bit. I need a little bit more confirmation to determine if I'm right or not. But what I was saying in my previous videos, if you guys go back and watch them, as you can see here, you got left shoulder, you got the head, and then right shoulder. Now, the interesting thing is on the video is I believe from here to here was like, 8%. Now, from here to here, it's about roughly 9.6%. Now that's pretty close to each other. So market symmetry is there. You hit a supply zone and a resistance zone. So I would say that you probably will get a push down. Now the big thing is if we're going to break the neckline down of this head and shoulders or not. Neckline is pretty much sitting at 419. So if we end up pushing down below 419, then I'll consider that a break of the head and shoulders pattern and then support more downside. And then we would also have to cross through this demand level that you have highlighted here. So in the video this week, I would just stay cautious if you're bullish. If you're bearish, don't get ahead of yourselves either. Just let the price action kind of dictate what you do with your trade. Now, next thing I'm going to be going over is SPY. So the big thing on SPY that I have highlighted is I have this zone, this one. So this one, obviously, a good demand zone. It's a demand / switch zone. But the big zone that I'm watching this week is going to be this one. It's going to be between 439.47 to 444. As you can see here, we've gotten plenty of hits on this as a resistance zone. And as you can see here, it was resistance as well. It also played out, I believe, as support a couple of times. Yeah, so support as well it played out as. So it's a very well-tested area, even right here. So if we push into this and break above it, then I could expect to see more upside on SPY, at least up to the 452 range. Now, if we start breaking down, stay below this 21 EMA, then you could expect a downwards push to 420 and below. Now, the big thing is if we break down 417, at this point. That would be a critical level and would support a lot more downside, but just let the price action dictate what you guys do. Now, the last thing I'm going to be going over is McDonald's. Now, like I said in my previous videos, I bought McDonald's stock at $249.52, somewhere in the ballpark of that. So somewhere right here. Now, where I have my stop loss set, as I've been mentioning in my previous videos, is I have it about right over here. So my stop loss is set here. Now, the big thing I want to mention about McDonald's is that if you go back, I believe I have it set for 15 years. Yeah, so 15 years worth of stock information right here, price action information. As you can see, the only time we've ever really broken below the 200 EMA was here, but we recaptured it. And during the COVID crash, we came right back up. And it's been constantly on an uprise ever since. Now, this is, I would say it's not a healthy pullback, but it's still a pullback. And you do have buying pressure here. You have increased volume on this candle from 2 weeks ago's candle on the 10-2 candle. And what I'm expecting to see is a push upwards from here. Now, I definitely expect with the whole Israeli conflict, I expect with, I also heard rumors about Chinese banks also suffering a big collapse over the weekend in the last couple of months. Now, I'm expecting a lot of bearish activity in the market. So, as you could probably guess, what do people do when the economy's not so great? They cut down on costs. They buy cheaper food. And McDonald's is cheap food, but it also tastes good. So, I'm long on McDonald's at the moment, and I think that they're going to be skyrocketing way above 300. But this is going to be a long-term hold. You got earnings coming up, plus you got a good dividend, $1.67 per share. You can't beat that. But I hope you guys all have good trades this week, and just remember, stay neutral on your trades. Just let the market dictate what you take.